Now at 6, severe thunderstorm warnings and tornadoes now pushing across the state line into central Indiana. On the latest on what you can expect.
An Indianapolis family is mourning the loss of a man shot and killed on Father's Day. What police believe led to the gunfire. Plus, leaders from around the world in Switzerland right now for peace talks between the U.S. and Iran. But the president and the vice president are taking much different approaches to ending the conflict. We'll break it down. But we start tonight at 6 with a look at live Doppler 13 radar. You can see all that red, all that yellow. We are under a weather impact alert right now, and you can see those storms are moving into Indiana right now. Want to give you a live look at I-70 near Vigo and Clay County. This is not far from Terre Haute. You can see the roads are wet. This is where the area is, or the storms are actually kind of pushing in right now. And Rob, I know we've been talking about this since yesterday, and this was just as you said, right after 5, starting to come into Indiana. So what are we expecting tonight, timing?
I do think that over the next several hours, we'll see all of these storms push into central Indiana. Likely we'll see tornado warnings. We have a lot of tornado warnings that have been ongoing in Illinois. If there's any bit of good news, it's that there's been a bit of rain out ahead of this. I'm not so concerned that that's going to stabilize the atmosphere. I'm a little bit more concerned that it may run people inside so that they are not outside when these storms approach. Let me talk about what's on radar currently. We do have some rain out ahead of this, but it's this little complex of thunderstorms right here with a little bit of spin to it that has been triggering numerous tornado warnings, numerous observed tornado warnings, and numerous tornado warnings where we've seen debris on radar. So these are causing damage, and you can see the tornado reports that have been showing up. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning that is of a considerable tagging here. Notice the slightly thicker outline. That just means that the winds could be as strong as 70 miles per hour. And yes, there is a severe thunderstorm warning. That camera that we looked at was right there. There is a tornado warning just to the south and west. This was observed a bit earlier. They have changed it back to radar indicated because they have seen that cross the state line now. It's no longer observed. And we have several more tornado warnings back behind that, including these two. This one does include Vigo County as well as into Sullivan. Let's talk about what happens now. We do have the storm threat, still a level 2 on a scale of 1 to 5, but tornadoes are one of the biggest concerns with that, including this hatched area where we could see strong tornadoes potentially on the ground for a long time. We have a tornado watch that's in place from Indianapolis and all points to the south until midnight tonight. We are expecting these storms to continue pushing through. Here's 7 p.m. We'll likely see this through most of Indy by about 9:15, then moving out as we get closer to midnight and wrapping up during the overnight. I'll keep an eye on radar for you. We are watching that cell south and west of Terre Haute very, very carefully.
All right, I know you are. We will check back. Rob, thanks so much. Storms tonight follow another round. Just a few days ago, of course, the American Red Cross is in Monroe County helping tornado survivors there. That area was hit hard on Wednesday. You can see all the destruction there. Monroe is one of 63 counties where Governor Braun declared a state of disaster emergency. That lets the Indiana Department of Homeland Security give financial help to families. The Red Cross, by the way, also has a support line. Just call 1-800-RED-CROSS to get the help you need. We will check in with Rob on the storms right now in just a moment. Also tonight, we are learning more about a deadly shooting that happened this morning on the north side of Indianapolis, including what may have prompted the gunfire. Our Ella Rhodes talked with police today.
IMPD says a man died on scene after he was shot on Shawnee Road just after 11 a.m.
Think about this tight-knit community on Father's Day. This is very disturbing that an incident like this would happen.
Shortly after the shooting, IMPD says they detained someone at a traffic stop related to the incident.
We do know that there have been incidents. It appears that these two, again, isolated incident, that these two individuals are known to one another and that possibly there has been some ongoing incidents between the two.
And a history of previous calls to IMPD from the Shawnee Road address.
We've had a couple reports over the past couple of days, just disturbances, and there was a report made earlier today on threats or disturbance.
Detectives also recovered a gun on scene. Neighbors tell 13 News they heard 15 to 16 gunshots in their normally quiet neighborhood.
Where now we have a life that's lost and a life that may be forever changed, along with the family members whose lives are forever changed, and what should be a momentous holiday to celebrate life.
This is still an active investigation. Police are asking anyone with information to come forward. In Indianapolis, Ella Rhodes, 13 News.
We have an update on a deadly hit-and-run crash that killed a woman last month. IMPD has now made an arrest. 24-year-old Jalen Donahue of Indianapolis is charged with leaving the scene of an accident resulting in death and reckless homicide. Investigators say the victim, 58-year-old Ann Torres, who you see here, was hit while walking near 42nd and German Church on May 10th. Police did not find her body until a day later. Court documents say security video showed the suspect's Cadillac swerve around a Jeep, speed, hit Torres, and then drive off. Police say an anonymous tip led them to Donahue. Well, now to Kokomo, where police are investigating a shooting that killed a man after a fight near a bar. This happened at the Great Escape on North Washington Drive in Kokomo just after 1:30 this morning. Police say multiple gunshots went off in the bar parking lot, and that's where they found 31-year-old Braylon T. Johnson shot and unconscious. He died at the hospital. So far, no arrests in this case. The Indiana Fever are trying to get back in the win column after back-to-back losses to the Atlanta Dream. So the Fever lost by 17 on the road last night, by 7 at home the game before. In both games, the Fever had an early lead, but turnovers and foul trouble cost them. The Fever are now 9-7 on the season, 10 more games until the All-Star break. They play the Phoenix Mercury tomorrow on Channel 13. Then you can watch our Fever post-game special. 13 Sports will recap the Fever season so far. So the game is at 8 and the special will air right after on Channel 13. Tonight, an IndyCar driver put up a fight to win the Road America in a nail-biter. Christian Lundgaard earned his second victory on road courses this year. He started 12th, but found himself last after lap 1 after his front wing got damaged. Will Power and Graham Rahal also causing commotion toward the end of this one, pushing Rahal out of the race. Lundgaard used his pit strategy to move through the pack and finish in first. David Malukas came in second. Yeah, he knows what that's like, doesn't he? Power came in third. The race's reigning champion, Alex Palou, finished in 5th. World leaders in Switzerland mapping out ways to try to create peace between the U.S. and Iran. Why President Trump and Vice President Vance are approaching this conflict differently now. Rob?
And we are still tracking several warnings, including tornado warnings just south of Terre Haute and a severe thunderstorm warning. I'll get you an update on radar on what you can expect through the rest of this evening coming up.